The number one mistake I see weightlifters making that cause them to get injured is going too heavy, too often, too soon. If you're exceeding your ability to move at a high technical standard and you do this too often, you are going too heavy. Not only does this set you up for inconsistent technique, these are those cringe lift fail reels that you see where someone goes for a snatch one too many times and dislocates their elbow. If you're missing a heavy single more than twice, it's too heavy for where you were at today. Heaviness is reflective of the fatigue you are under, your technical development, and how much training you've been up to today. If you are working up to maximum many times a week, or every time you decide to snatch, you try and go for a new PB, you're going heavy too often. If you are unable to crack a new PB despite trying all the time, you probably have some technical or some strength work to do, in most cases both. Yes, athletes build tolerance to intensity and volume over time, but this is not just something that happens by accident. It needs to be programmed and thought out by a coach. If you want to lift heavy, make sure you're doing the due diligence of following a program so you're not going too heavy too often. Too often also accounts for how specific your program is. If all you're doing is heavy snatch and clean and jerk every Friday, year round, that is definitely too often. Going to max too soon is a practice we see with weightlifters who are very young in the sport, think they've not been doing full-time weightlifting for more than 3 years. If they haven't done the prerequisite programming to make sure that they're a balanced athlete, going to max could severely hurt their progress. These are the athletes that are in a rush. They're high on the excitement of learning the snatch and clean and jerk, but their mastery is not where it needs to be maxing out as often as they try to. I'm not the fun police. I understand going heavy, and I also understand the importance of building positive momentum. However, going to absolute failure may not be the smartest idea if you're very new to the weightlifting game. Working to a controlled maximum under a coach's eye is going to be a much better way to make sure your ego doesn't get the better of you. Even if you follow all these tips, there's no 100% guarantee that you won't get injured training. However, not going too heavy, too often, too soon is definitely a great start.